Hi everyone, on this week's episode we're going to continue on with our lamp series and we're going to make one using Orbeez. When I first started the water and resin series, I saw a lot of comments where people were asking me to try Orbeez. Now I've had this container of Orbeez for a while now because I didn't just want to cast them and leave them sitting in a blank, I wanted to make something with them. And after starting the lamp series, it gave me an idea that these might look really cool lit up. Now my plan is to cast these in resin and then turn the blank on the lathe. Now there is a good chance that the Orbeez might fall out like they did for Nick. Now if that happens, I'm going to replace the voids with coloured resin. Now I better not get too far ahead of myself because the first thing I need to do is get them out of this box and into some resin. Well, it looks like we had a few escape. You can see a bunch of Orbeez sitting on top here, all in a bunch of water. Wow, that's a lot of water. Now let's see if we can get this out and see how it looks. I feel like there's even more water left in here. Look at that. More Orbeez falling out. I guess we knew that was going to happen. I'm sorry for anyone who has that fear of holes. I'll try not to show it too much. It is a cool effect though. So I've been staring at this blank for a while now, and I think I want the Orbeez to shrink. I think it'd be cool if they all fell out and then we could replace all the voids with coloured resin. But I think before I do that, I might shine a light up from the bottom just to see what it might look like if we did leave the Orbeez in there. Let me turn the lights out. Well, as you just saw, it wasn't too bad, but unfortunately the light just didn't travel all the way up. It looks like the Orbeez are just too dense to allow the light through. So I think what I might do is let this sit for a while until these Orbeez shrink and fall out. Well, it's now been 2 weeks. I've left this in the sun every day, and as you can see, my balls have started to shrink and fall out. Now there are still a few stuck in there, so I'm going to have to fire up my air compressor and see if we can shoot them out. Well, I managed to get a few out, but there's still a heap stuck in there. Might have to get a stick and see if I can poke them out. Well, that took longer than I anticipated. It was like playing a game of Plinko, only harder. Unfortunately though, there are still a few balls stuck. I tried jamming my stick in all the holes, but I couldn't get them out. I think they're still a bit wet. Now that's really surprising because we've had some really hot days, but you can definitely see some moisture around the balls. And as you can see here, they also stick together, which makes it even harder to get them out. So it's now time to pop it back in the original container and pour some coloured resin. After seeing how nice these colours look, I think I'm going to skip putting it in the vacuum chamber, because if I do, it's probably going to mix these up. I mean, they may mix up anyway in the pressure pot, but I don't want to risk it, and I think most of the air is coming out by itself. Well, that looks pretty good. We did get a few bubbles on the side here, but that won't affect us too much because once we put this into the larger container, the clear resin will fill that up. While that's in the pot curing, I'm going to make myself a base to house the light. think that's turned out really good. So the next thing I need to do is glue on my waste block so we can turn it on the lathe. I think it's time for a sand and a polish. So you might have noticed that I didn't glue the base to the top. Now there's a very good reason for this. I found a happy little accident. As it turns out, I can change the mood of this light just by turning it upside down. Now let me know in the comments which side you like. Now let's check it out.